So great to meet you. But we're such huge fans of your work. You know, I have to confess, in my head, I thought you were going to be older.
I think I was being malicious, but maybe on some level I did want to hurt you because I miss you, and it's killing me.
If you'd been around when Aggie Wiggs was still in her prime, you would have known her as that writer, the one who poured her childhood scars into a book that won awards and kept her name alive in literary circles. Back then, she still had bright things in her life: a wife she loved, a future she believed in, a son whose laughter filled their home.
But we're such huge fans of your work.
Can you please just look at me?
I don't want to have a whole discussion. You need help, Aggie. I know that none of this is right or fair. It's been 4 years and this rage.
I know. I'm working on it.
But the woman we meet now, she's a very different version of herself. Her world cracked the day her little boy died in that terrible car accident. And when she lost him, she didn't just lose a child. She lost her voice as a writer, her marriage, her sense of purpose.
How are you doing? I barely heard from you.
Actually, I've been painting again. If anyone killed Teddy, it was you. He made a mistake, a horrible mistake, but you made sure he'd never forgive himself. And rather than ask yourself what that means,
What remained was a lonely figure in a fading house, living among stacks of unpaid bills and memories she'd do anything to forget. She still has the mind of a storyteller, but it's muffled under layers of grief and guilt.
It was fucked up. It was. Didn't think I was being malicious, but maybe on some level I did want to hurt you because I miss you. Maybe I don't know how to write or to live without someone to fight. But I never meant that to be you, Shelley. I love you, and I'm sorry.
Her being a lesbian isn't a twist, nor a secret the show makes a spectacle out of. It's simply part of her history, part of the life she built with her ex-wife before everything fell apart. That part of her identity sits in the background like an old photograph tucked inside a box. Still there, still true, even if she doesn't talk about it anymore.
So I know you don't do wine, but how about pie? I was going to do a loop through the woods. I had a whole slice for breakfast, so I should try to burn it off.
I doubt that's a problem for you.
Does that hurt? What about there?
Not really.
Just tell me if any of this movement is painful.
No.
This feel weird?
Yeah. I'm just gonna put my shoe back on.
It doesn't define the chaos she's in now, but it colors the edges of who she used to be. And then Nile Jarvis moves in next door. From the moment he steps into her quiet, broken world, he shakes something awake inside her. Not attraction. No, that's not what this is. What sparks between them is something sharper, stranger. He unsettles her, intrigues her, makes her look at her own shadow in ways she hasn't dared to in years.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying you're
I'm what? Come on, Miss Pulitzer, use your words.
kind of an asshole.
I should hang out with more dykes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You're really not afraid of me.
Should I be?
Well, I don't know. It depends what you read. Most people are just walking on eggshells and kissing my ass.
That must be hard.
Nile becomes the mirror she didn't ask for, reflecting all the pieces of herself she's tried to bury. Before long, the writer in her, the one she thought had died with her son, starts whispering again. She tells herself that maybe, just maybe, Nile is the story she's been waiting for.
Why haven't you moved on?
Who says I haven't?
Excuse me. Madame? Exhibit bullshit?
Oh, come on.
What? And there's no part of you wants to fuck me. See?
Now you're gonna tell me I just haven't found the right penis.
How many have you tried?
None of your goddamn business.
Maybe he's the thing that can pull her back from the brink. But following that instinct drags her into something far more dangerous than she ever imagined. What unfolds between them is a slow, tense push and pull. Not romantic, not seductive, but psychological. Like two wild animals circling each other, each trying to decide if the other is prey or threat.
Ready?
This is remarkable. Who's the artist?
It's actually my ex-wife. She did it years ago.
Really? What's her name?
Shelley Morris.
Wait, so you and Aggie are friends?
Friendly. We just met, but I was over there briefly and I saw one of your paintings, the one in the living room, which is stunning, by the way.
Did Aggie ask you to come here?
And the more she watches him, the more she becomes entangled in her own fears, anger, and longing for meaning. Aggie makes choices that frighten even her. Choices that come from a place of raw pain. The kind a person makes when they've lost too much and have nothing left to protect except old wounds.
Well, it's not quite finished yet, so I didn't bring it out for the art walk, but, here. It's new. And I think it might be my favorite one.
It's powerful, Shelley.
I know what it's like to double down on a story. I spent the last 4 years telling myself Teddy Fennig murdered my son because, yeah, he may have been drinking, but I was not blameless. You know, I told myself the story I needed to hear.
Her sexuality doesn't complicate this dynamic. If anything, it strips away any hint of romantic misunderstanding. What's left between her and Nile is pure tension, clean, cold, and unsettling. In the end, Aggie Wiggs isn't a hero or a villain. She's a woman trying to claw her way out of the grief that gutted her life. A writer who wants her words back, a mother who still feels the empty space where her child should be, and a queer woman whose identity sits quietly inside her. Not as drama, not as ornament, but as truth. She's fragile, tough, lost, and fiercely alive, even when she's barely holding herself together. She's the kind of character you don't watch, you witness.
Want more queer content? Then please subscribe and hit the notification bell.